Jak się masz? It's Polish Explorer, and today, just like I told you in my last video, we are back on Forland Point and we are in a company those beautiful guys. They are called... look at that here. They called Parasol mushrooms. Probably cannot see. Here we are. They called Parasol mushrooms, and believe me or not, they are absolutely edible. Well, you know that from last year. Anyway, today I'm gonna show you what you can do with mushrooms like this. Although I'm not an expert on mushrooms and I wouldn't trust myself a tiny bit with other mushrooms, one thing I know, that is a parasol mushroom and it is edible. I show you how to recognize parasol mushroom because they can be, they not like super similar, but they can be similar to other mushroom that is so deadly that even a little bit of it would put you in a hospital with the stomach cramps and other crap. And if you eat too much, then it's like end of the story. So what is mushroom actually? Mushrooms, what you can see in here, this is what you can call the fruit of the mushroom. Actually, this is the same what fruit for a plant, pretty much. Underneath, if you look at it, you got sort of like, I don't know how it's professionally called in English, but let's call it gills. And between those gills, the mushroom, fungi, any kind of fungi practically, produces spores which later are released, carried by the wind, and that's how the mushroom multiply in different places. Majority of mushrooms, when they grow, they start in a form of little ball like this. And this is exactly the reason why you should never pick up mushroom like that. Until it opens its heart fully, you cannot be sure what that mushroom is. So now, how to recognize that we are dealing with parasol mushrooms and not one of those poisonous mushrooms? The very first thing, the one rule with the mushroom, because like I told you, the body of mushroom is actually like a network of hairs. We supposed to pick them up with the knife and cut it, not rip it off. However, with the parasol mushroom that shouldn't be a big issue because all we can use is a hats anyway. So we don't take leg, we don't use the legs for anything. So let's look at the hat. That will be better. When the parasol mushroom grows, obviously first is in a form of tiny ball, and that skin layer at some point stop growing with the mushroom. So you can see at the top sort of like a shells. That's the first indicator this is a parasol mushroom. Indicator number 2 is actually in a leg. I will pull that one to just show you. Well, it's a lot of grass here, so it didn't come out nicely. However, what happens basically, one of the indicators, but you don't need to really look at that indicator. If you happen to pick up the whole mushroom of the grass, parasol mushroom have just leg, while the one that is poisonous will have sort of like a cap on it, almost like a extra condom at the end. And that's indicator this is not a parasol mushroom. Another very important indicator, as the ball opens, it leaves the ring, which for parasol mushrooms is not attached to the leg. You can clearly see ring is moving and you can steer it. The poison mushrooms will have those rings attached to the leg. And the last important thing is the gills. In parasol mushrooms, the gills sort of like don't grow into the leg. For the poisonous mushroom, those gills will be just straight and growing all the way to the leg. So now we know for sure this is a parasol mushroom, and all we want is its heart. This is perfect weather for collecting mushrooms, because we want to possibly dry those mushrooms. So in our interest is not to make them wet and wash it and give them more water. We want them as clean and dry as they already exist in nature. So this is a very, very good day for the mushroom pickup. They already bit, I can see they already bit old and slightly dry. It is after a season, really. Last year I've been picking them up. It was 18th of September, and today we are, well, almost a month without 10 days after that date. So let's go and see around, because I can already see a few more on that field. Somebody already took care of it and kicked them, which is a unnecessary waste, really. I can see a few down there. Look at the size of it. Oh my god, the hat is it grown in? No, it's a parasol. Beautiful parasol. Just massive and relatively fresh, this one. Alright, we got a bucket of our mushrooms, and two things I can say. Well, this bucket is definitely too small. It's already full and it's not such a lot of them. The second thing, I'm too late. The season is already ended. The season has ended, and some of those mushrooms already start getting a bit dry. So sometimes it's confusing, because the ring is even attached so hard that you're not sure if it's moving or not. But anyway, yeah, I just missed the date. I should have come here much earlier. I was checking different place when I saw them once, and yeah, that was my mistake, because they seems to be not in there this year, and I didn't know there is quite a lot of in this place. But anyway, I got a little bit. I mean, you know, if not dry, then we can have at least few for the mushroom soup. All right, we back at home, and now we got a box full of parasol mushrooms, and we have to do something with it. Well, basically, because some of them are already sort of like slightly old and dry, I'm gonna dry majority of them, and I'm gonna put well, I'm just gonna put them in a soup later, just like let me see. Oh, just like this seps in here, which are very, very expensive to buy, so they're gonna be dry. you can marinate them, and also I show you how amazing how to fry them, and they taste amazing, absolutely amazing. So first we take a few of them and we check again if that's for sure parasol mushroom. There is another way of checking it, which is very simple and very easy. The case is very simple. After cutting, they should have a nice sort of like a nutty smell, very delicate, and the inside supposed to be creamy, white, creamy. It's not supposed to change the color, just like here. Or here. Let me take one bit fresher one. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. So like I said, we don't use the legs because the legs are fibrous and not very good. And I can already see that dried mushrooms are they okay because they already have dried, but they don't cut so nice and easy. But it doesn't matter. At least they won't stick. There are different techniques of drying mushrooms. Some people just take a sewing gear, the needle and the thread, and they just cut it, then they put it through and they just hang it above the cooker, or if you still got some nice light outside, sunny days, you can dry it on the sun. My mushrooms are already sort of like half dried, so I can afford the most expensive way, which is just oven. Another thing you can do with those mushrooms is, after drying them, you can simply try to pulverize them, make it into powder, and then you got nice powder to make any sauce you prepare sort of like nice and mushroomy in taste. So we're just cutting mushrooms now, nothing interesting happens really. Alright, we got the mushrooms ready for drying. I mean, yeah, due to the lack of space I need to do it like that. You should put it really flat and nice. It doesn't matter. I hope they will pre-dry and then we will sort out. The whole kitchen smells nice, like nutty. And now we are starting the best dish. So today I'm gonna eat two of them. Tan taran ta ta. The best are the flat ones. Well, we don't have it really flat, but we can somehow sort it out. In order to make it, we will need the frying pan. Nice frying pan with a little bit of oil, obviously. Boom, a little bit. Okay, now it's such a simple thing. We make it warm in the meantime. And now we need 1 egg. We get 1 egg, the big plate, big enough to fit the mushroom in. That should work properly. Now, do we have a breadcrumb? That is the second important question. Honey, do we have a breadcrumb? Oh, unfortunately no one will answer because honey is in Bronton. Ha! For that we will need another one. Have to do. Oh, that is that. I forgot. So now you won't believe. Dip in egg. Yep. Oh God, that took the whole egg. Yeah, dip in a breadcrumb. Here we are. And the rest of beauties we can put into the fridge and later decide what we're gonna do with it. Oh, what happened with the cooker? Oh dear. Guess what? I'm trying to cook and the cooker is off. Brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, because I started drying mushrooms and then I switched on the cooker again for frying mushrooms, which was pretty much switching off the cooker. Start public. The mushrooms start like a manta ray. Can you see? Start frying. It starts looking just like fried pork steak. Simply as that. One more thing you have to remember, the mushrooms don't digest very easily, so be careful with giving it to the kids and old people and everybody who got some problem with the digestive system. They may not take it very well. Look at that. Perfection. I guess that is it. I'm gonna leave the second one for later. And now it's time for degustation. Hot, but it's absolutely amazing. Really rarity. Okay, that's it for today. Now we're going to eat that beauty, and I see you on another exploration. Who knows, maybe we find something else interesting. So, see you next time. High five!